Today we're looking at a different kind of financial mistake. Not taking too much risk, not following someone else's decisions, but feeling like we need to do something. There's a strange discomfort that appears when money is sitting still. You have cash, markets are moving, markets are dynamic, interest rates are changing. The news is telling you something is happening, and suddenly doing nothing starts to feel like a decision you are getting wrong. So you act, you move the money, you change the investment, you sell something, you buy something else, you adjust the plan. And because you've done something, it feels like you've made progress. But activity and progress are not the same thing. In fact, sometimes the strongest financial decision is the one that produces nothing visible. No transaction, no new investment, no clever move. Just waiting, sitting still, trusting the process, trusting the plan. And that's difficult because action gives us something psychologically satisfying. It creates a sense of control. If something is happening, we feel like we're responding to it. If we're doing nothing, we can feel exposed, especially when everyone else appears to be doing something. A falling market makes this worse. You see the red on the screen. You hear the predictions. You hear the news. Someone says the market is about to collapse. Another person says this is the buying opportunity of a lifetime. And suddenly, holding your existing position feels passive. So you make a change. Not necessarily because the fundamentals have changed, because your discomfort did. This is one of the reasons investors can sabotage perfectly reasonable plans. The plan was designed for a long-term horizon. The long-term plan assumed there would be times like this. The long-term plan knew there would be days when the market is in the red. But the problem is the investor lives in the present. The plan was designed for a long-term horizon, but the investor lives in the present. And the present keeps producing new information. It keeps telling you to do something. Every headline creates something to react to. Every market movement creates something to interpret. Every new piece of information creates the feeling that your previous decision might need updating. Eventually, managing your money can become a form of constant intervention. And intervention feels productive. It feels intelligent. It feels engaged. It feels like you're taking responsibility. But sometimes we need to realize that you're not managing the risk. You're managing your anxiety about the risk. And that's an important distinction because a decision can feel productive without actually improving your financial position. You can trade more and earn less. You can change your allocation and make your plan worse. You can spend hours monitoring and tinkering with your investments without making a single decision that improves the outcome. The irony is that financial markets reward many behaviors that feel psychologically uncomfortable. Patience, uncertainty, inaction, the ability to watch something without immediately responding to it. And that's difficult. That's difficult because our brains often prefer a bad action over an uncomfortable absence of action. Our brains often prefer a bad action over an uncomfortable absence of action. But money doesn't care whether you feel productive or not. It only responds to the consequences of what you do. Sometimes the smartest move isn't the one that gives you the strongest feeling of control. It's the one that requires you to tolerate not having control, not reacting. And that may be one of the hardest financial behaviors to learn. Knowing when your next decision should be no decision at all. So here's the question I've been sitting with. The last financial decision you made, were you responding to a change in your circumstances or a change in your comfort?